Once upon a time, in a lush vineyard, a clever fox was wandering in search of food. He had been walking for quite some time, and the hot sun made him thirsty and tired. The aroma of ripe grapes filled the air, and the fox's eyes sparkled with delight. Looking up, he saw a beautiful vine with bunches of plump, juicy grapes hanging just above his reach. The fox's mouth watered at the sight of the delectable fruit, and he decided to have a taste. Jumping with all his might, the fox tried to grab the grapes but failed. Undeterred, he tried again and again, but the grapes remained just out of reach. Exhausted and disappointed, the fox sat down to catch his breath and pondered his situation. "I must have those grapes," thought the fox. Feeling determined, he stepped back and made a running leap, stretching his body as far as he could. Alas, his attempts were futile, and he could not reach the grapes. The clever fox was not one to give up easily. He backed up even farther this time, getting ready for another jump. He sprinted forward with all his strength, extending his paws towards the tantalizing grapes. Despite his best efforts, the grapes were still beyond his grasp. As the fox sat down to rest once more, a nearby crow observed his struggles and called out mockingly, "Oh, you foolish fox! Those grapes are too high for the likes of you. Give up and go find something else to eat." The fox turned his head towards the crow, his eyes gleaming with a glint of mischief. "You may be right," replied the fox, "but those grapes are probably sour anyway. I don't need them." With that, the clever fox turned and walked away from the vineyard, leaving the grapes behind. The crow was surprised by the fox's response, for he expected the fox to be upset or determined to get the grapes. The moral of the story is that when we cannot achieve something we desire, we often find ways to convince ourselves that we never wanted it in the first place. This classic Aesop's fable teaches us the lesson of sour grapes, warning against sour grape attitude and encouraging us to be content with what we have rather than demeaning what we cannot attain.